thanks for coming back. So today we're gonna be doing the regular large knotless braids, and what I do is I started by blow drying my client's hair. I stretch the client's hair out really good so it's easy for me to braid. Sometimes some clients come in with like really thick hair, thick natural hair, and if you start off by without blow drying your client's hair, it's gonna be really hard. Like the process of braiding, it's gonna be really hard. Like you're gonna be pulling hair and combing it a lot, because you like if you don't stretch it out with a blow dryer, then you have to stretch it out with a comb, and it takes more time and it takes more gel. Like if you're using gel, it takes more because you have to make sure the hair is stretched out really good before you start braiding, and you don't want to go through all of that. So what you do is, before you start off by braiding, just make sure you use the blow dryer with a comb and stretch out your client's hair properly, and then you should be good to go from that. That should be your first step. Okay. So like I said, my client is getting regular large knotless braids in the color 27 and 30, and she also added black to the mixture. Yeah, so she did a mixture of 3 colors, 27, 30, and color 1. I know this looks like a really good mixture, so I'm really excited about how it's gonna turn out. So after I'm done blow drying my client's hair, I just go in with my Rattail comb and make the very first line, the foundation of the braids. That's what I call it, the foundation of the braids. Okay guys, here I'm gonna show you how to do the bricklaying part. So whenever you're doing box braids, you want to make sure that when you're cutting the box, it's right in the middle of, you know, two braids under. You want to make sure that the braids is gonna fall in the middle of the ones under. That way the braids come out, you know, flat and uniformed, you know, because if you do it above, if you cut the lines and the braids are directly on top, the ones under, it's gonna look really crappy. You're not gonna like the finished looks because you're gonna see, you know, all the lines showing. You know, sometimes clients do hair and they're like, there's so much space, you know, showing on my hair. When you do the bricklaying parts, you know, well, all the braids are going to fall over each other, and you know, you're going to see less space on the client's hair, and it just looks uniform and really good that way. So whenever you're cutting the box, just make sure you're cutting it in a way that each, you know, braid falls in the middle of the two braids under it, you know, and then you should be good to go. So here is a closer look of how the whole process is done. So I'm not going to talk much. I just want you to watch closely, you know, on how I start off the braids. You know, normally, yeah, you always want to start off by using a bit of gel, you know, to go through the section of the braids, you know, and then divide it into three. You know, everyone has like a different way to start, but I usually make sure I divide mine before I start. And you know, I just braid down a few times, 2 to 3 times, depending on, you know, how big the section is, and also depending on if you're doing large or medium or small. You know, yeah, everything is, I feel every size of braid is different, you know. But you know, just if you follow us on this channel, if you be a subscriber on this channel, I mean, you're gonna learn a lot, because I'm gonna be showing you like how, you know, every size of braids is done, you know, the amount of hair you need, you know, how many times you need to braid it down before you add the fake hair. You're gonna learn a lot. So yeah, I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because it's really going to be helpful if you want to be a braider, if you want to learn how to braid your hair, or if you, whatever, you know. I believe every girl should know how to braid. So it's pretty much the same thing, just repeat the whole process all over again. Cut the box braid down, you know, cut another box, braid down. So what I normally do whenever it's, you know, middle parts, to make sure that all the braids are, you know, the same size, I normally cut out the middle line first. Like once I get to the top row, once I get to the 4th row, what I normally do is cut out the middle line first, you know, to make sure that the roll on my left and on my right side, you know, are the same size. because if you just go ahead cutting the fourth row, before doing the middle section, it's not gonna look like, except if you like really a pro, but I wouldn't advise you to do that, because if you cut out the fourth row before focusing on the middle section, you're gonna see that one, maybe the roll on the left side, it's smaller or bigger than the one on the right side. They're not gonna be even, because you're not gonna know like how much hair to take out for the fourth row and how much hair to leave. So the best thing to do is, once you've done 3 rows under, once you get to the fourth row, just cut out the middle line first, and then after you cut out the middle line first, you then cut out the roll on the left side and 1 roll on the right side, so that the 2 rows serves as your the middle part of the hair. And cutting out these 2 rows eventually gives you a 4th row, because once you carve out these 2 rows on the left and on the right side, you're gonna have your 4th row already laid out. So this is the best way to go. And guys, we're almost done. This is the very last braid. Whenever I get to this part, I'm always really excited, because I'm thinking about the food I'm gonna eat after the work. So yeah, this is my favorite part of braiding. Once I get to the very last braid, I'm super excited. So yeah guys, this is your large knotless braid, looking cute. I'm just trying to hurry up and finish this last braid, and then we'll do the trimming and the deep pin.